I want to start with you from an economist perspective. What do you think of this?
So initially, that tax was there. And the argument of the Ministry of Treasury was that according to statistics they have done in the country, the poorest people in the country that they thought like they're subsidizing bread and milk for them, they actually don't use it, which is true. In the village, people rarely eat bread. But it's the middle class who consume bread the most and the first class people. So initially that was the argument. But immediately when they released the document, the first cabinet sitting they had, the president ruled it out in an executive order that taxes on bread, basic commodity, should be removed. So that one is already removed from an executive order. So it is not there anymore. But the reasoning why they raised it initially was that subsidies is supposed to support the poorest people, not middle class or first class. So once they realized that they're putting millions of money to subsidize something for people who can afford it, they were like, instead of that, let these people, they can afford to pay the 10 bob, an additional 10 shillings. But then the president felt like it's still a basic commodity, irrespective of which class. That's why he ruled it out. But if it was to pass through, I would support it, because if we can add 10 shilling to afford to raise 1 million that we can use to build a bridge or build a tarmac road in my rural area, I wouldn't have an issue, because Quiver Lounge has opened over 10 branches in Nairobi as we speak within 7 months. And you know, every day that club is full. Alcohol that people buy is not for 10 bob, it's for 10,000, 8,000. So if we can afford to pay for our luxury, for just entertainment, that amount of money, why is it so hard for us to pay 10 shillings extra?
But should it be at the, do you think it should be at the expense of the common Mwananchi Kaikai? I
think it should be at the expense of Mwananchi who can afford it. But thanks to God, executive order has ruled out.
To the Mwananchi who can afford it, you understand that